Hello, well I'm here today with Jeremy Rossignol, the owner of Rossignol Estates, and this is our first project in Jersey that I'm going to introduce you today. I'm Julian Jones from Black Gold Developments. We have a large construction and development company in the UK, and this is our first project. I've known Jeremy since I first arrived on the island in 2010, and Jeremy sold me a couple of flats down at Castle Quay, which went really well. And over the last few years, we've looked at getting into a development site, and here we are in St Brollards in Route Orange in Jersey. And as you can see, we're at the start of the groundworks construction phase of the project. We've got a small swimming pool going into here, which has been excavated. That's due to be delivered next week. And then as you can see beyond there, the slab has been poured and they're doing the retaining walls at the moment. Now, what is quite unique about this particular site, and I suppose Jeremy was well aware of what we were going to get into when we first bought the site, is it will be probably the home of the deepest geothermal well that will be drilling on site in Jersey next year, early next year, as we get towards the end of the project. So there we have the well that Julian put in. We drilled it down to just 10 meters, it was cored, and we found weathered granite at 2 meters below ground level, and then it was consolidated granite going down from there on. So we're looking to drill a 400-meter well in granite. That would normally take probably in the region of 3 months. I'm confident with the new drilling technology that we're going to deploying on the site here in Spectre, we'll be able to do that probably in 2 weeks. And it's a Jersey-based drilling technology that's been developed by a company called Strada. And as we look forward to where the site will be, by the time that we finish the actual project, we'll have the roof on, the house will be up, and the drilling will be in the front part of the site itself. But there's a lot of equipment. There'll be a 40-ton drilling rig, which will be truck mounted, and then we'll have a range of containers to handle what we call the solids control equipment and the various mud pumps, etc. But I'm pretty certain we'll be down in 2 weeks, and it will be the deepest well ever drilled in granite in Jersey. I think the record at this point in time is 200 meters. We'll be down at 400 meters, and we're going to put 2 ground loops in, one for the house and one to heat the swimming pool. If it's successful, of course, we'll carry on forward as well. And I'm hoping that Jeremy will be able to find me other potential sites through Rossignol Estates with his wife in the future. And we can then look to have this green energy dimension to the buildings in Jersey and slowly shift away from our sort of fossil fuel power that typically we're seeing in a lot of areas in Western Europe as well. So I think it will be the start of a great project here in Jersey and continue on for other, perhaps larger, more sites around St Helier, maybe even the hospital. Who knows where we will be in a few years' time. So here we are at the front of the site, and as you can see, we're pouring retaining walls on the side that will provide the boundary on this particular side of the property. We'll be drilling the well over there, over to the left-hand side, over that side, roughly underneath where the van is going to be. And I guess one of the great advantages that we have with the particular buyer that Jeremy found was we wanted to be able to find a locator off-plan buyer that was prepared to travel with us on this journey of geothermal drilling, but also get themselves a bespoke build as well. Another great thing that we're pleased to be with Rossignol Estates involved with is we're looking for an update on the site to show the progress of the property, and as we get drilling early next year on this particular location here, we'll be able to show how the small footprint of the drilling rig and its associated equipment can drill geothermal wells within the urban environment. And obviously here is the front of the slab. You can see we've got a lot of insulation on site at the moment. That's simply because materials and prices have been rocketing up through the market recently. Prices have really escalated, and a lot of companies have unfortunately sadly come unstuck in Jersey as a result of that. But we're geared up on site. We have most of the materials. We're due to start the steel frame within a few weeks, and then the rest of the build progress will follow. But what is particularly unique about this, I think, is that the Rossignol Estates have really helped us locate and find an off-plan buyer that was prepared to go through with perhaps a longer build journey than would be normal to allow us to drill this geothermal well, which will essentially provide technically free heating for them for the next 25, 30 years of the building. And I think it will be an excellent project, and we'll see many more coming in afterwards. So, would I recommend Le Rossignol Estates in the future? Well, of course, personally I've known Jeremy for 13 years. He's always at the end of the phone whenever I call. That's the most important thing for me. I'm pretty busy in my life. I run a lot of different companies, and I need to get hold of people quickly and get a decision out of them fast. And I always find that whenever I call, Jeremy will definitely pick up, whether it's a Saturday or Sunday or late into the evening, he'll pick up and be there to answer my calls. So I definitely recommend Le Rossignol Estates.